growing up, I knew that I never wanted to try alcohol. It was not my thing. But when I watched TV, to be successful in business, everybody had to drink alcohol, right? Because that's how you did the business deals. All of these people are drinking alcohol to socialize and all of these things. So I spent a lot of time during my high school years coming up with excuses as to why I do not drink alcohol. And it's not that I have been placed in a situation where I had to come up with an excuse, but because I knew that I wanted to be successful in the future. In my mind, to be successful, you have to drink alcohol. To be able to get the deals, they force you to drink with them. And if you don't drink with them, then you are not good enough to get the deals. Okay, this is what was portrayed in media, right? So I was like, okay, all I have to do is get a drink that looks like alcohol, and as long as they don't try it, they won't know that it's not alcohol, right? Like vodka on the rocks, what is that? It's just water. Water with ice. You know, I'm like, what is the other? Can it be like apple juice with like ice? I don't know. I spent a lot of headspace thinking about how I'm gonna come up with a ruse as to get away with not drinking alcohol but seem like I am drinking alcohol, so I'm like really hardcore, right? My brother, he's come up with a reason as to why he does not drink alcohol, and it's because he's allergic. And he started saying that when he was in high school because he actually tried alcohol and broke out in hives. So he says that to everybody, like when they ask him why he doesn't drink alcohol. And I'm just like, is that a thing? Can we say that we're allergic to alcohol, or did you just make that up? I'm like, I have no idea. So that's why I don't say I'm allergic, because I don't know if I am. So I did that mental exercise, and the time came where I did have to socialize with people, and everybody drinks alcohol. It is actually quite weird if you were to find somebody who does not enjoy alcohol. Throughout college, I would have colleagues and friends who would go out drinking and stuff, like it's part of a meal or whatever, and they would invite me to bars and stuff, and I was just like the person who literally just stands there or sits in a corner and watches people do whatever it is that they're doing. And I just find it so fascinating from an anthropological point of view, you know, like I remember going on a date. She took me to a bar because she loved to dance, and she's like, what do you want to drink? I was gonna get water. And they're like, you literally want a bottle of water from a bar? Like, you're gonna pay premium price to get a bottle of water from a bar? And I'm just like, yes. But if you don't think it's worth the money, I will get Coke. You know, that's how it happened. This is all you had to say, okay? I don't drink alcohol because I'm not interested in it. You don't have to explain yourself further. And people always ask me why. Don't you feel like you're missing out? And I'm like, no, I do not. I do not feel like drinking. I don't feel like I am missing out on anything. And that's just the reality of it. And people will ask, people will assume, is it because you're a Christian that's why you don't drink alcohol? I'm like, no, because there's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol as long as you're drinking in moderation, right? You're not getting drunk, you're not doing anything wrong when you're drunk or whatever. So that is the stipulation of the Bible, right? Interestingly enough, it said that kings should not drink because they might make a decision that is not of sound mind. Paraphrasing, of course. And then it says like, oh, it's okay for poor people to drink because then they forget their sorrows, you know, like these kinds of things. It's kind of funny. So the Bible is really against alcohol in terms of drinking in excess. Okay, you're like going pass out drunk, you're abusing others, you're doing weird things, you know, you're blaming the alcohol for your behavior, for your actions, for the decisions you're making. All of these things that is outside of your control because you are inebriated. That is what the Bible is speaking against, okay? But if you're gonna like, oh, I need to drink wine with my meal because it's part of like the flavor and whatever, like, okay. Scientifically speaking, men can drink 2 glasses of wine a day and women can drink 1 glass of wine a day, and that was okay. But I think because people are using the reason of, oh, red wine has like a way of prolonging your life, so it's beneficial for you to drink wine. And the response to that is, there are a lot of ways to actually elongate your life that does not include starting to drink. If you are a person who does not drink wine and you're thinking to yourself, hey, there are health benefits to drinking wine, so I'm gonna start drinking wine. You actually have to drink a huge amount of wine to actually get those benefits. So it's not actually worth the downside just because you want that tiny health benefits. I have been to a piano bar where I would order hot water and everybody else in the room orders alcohol, right? So they give you like a little teapot with like a saucer with like a teacup and it has hot water and they're like, do you want lemon with that? And I just like, I can feel the judgment coming from the waitress.